Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're doing a little bit of work on the S10. So the S10, I got it. It's been lowered. It's 3 inches lowered in the back, 2.5 in the front, and that basically leaves me with a 1/4 inch of travel in the rear. The front's fine because it's been lowered with spindles. The rear has just been lowered on blocks. So today we're going to be raising it up. So this is what I've got for a kit. Blocks, new U-bolts, some hardware, the other block. These guys are tapered. That's nice because then it corrects your pinion angle. I believe we want to have this angled so that the pinion is pointed down, so that means fat side to the back. That will basically got our spring, axle, that'll angle our stuff down since we're basically lifting the axle up. First step is going to be to jack it up and support the frame. Okay, so now all we got to do is remove those nuts right there pretty gently. And unfortunately that guy's really long and I can't seem to find my 7/8 deep well socket. So I'm going to have to just do this by hand. So got my 7/8 wrench. And I've got a lot of untwisting to do. It's a little bit small, so I'm wondering if it's actually 22 millimeters. I'll have to double check, but that's about right. So I'm going to loosen all those, and then we'll get back to it. Alright, it's the next day. I broke down and I bought a couple sockets. So I've got a 7/8 impact socket. So now I can actually take this apart. I've got a jack supporting the center section. Basically what I'll do is I'm going to remove those U-bolts. The jack will support the axle. Then I can lift it up a little bit, get the block out, and stick the new one in. Alright, and number 4. Send that out of the way. Pull the U-bolts out. At least we got one of them out. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to use the jack to lift that guy up. And take the old block out. Alright, and this guy's a little bit tapered. Fat side goes to the back. Now, I'm going to just clean that up a little bit. I'll grab a wire brush and the new parts. Clean up that surface. And we've got our shiny new blocks. So, fat side to the back. Pin goes into that hole. That pin goes into the hole on the axle. Like so. Now I just need to lower the axle down. All right. Now we get the shiny new U-bolts. And you know, I think I'm going to actually trim those guys. It's a little bit long, and I don't think my socket will reach. So, okay, so you can see. Typically, I don't recommend it, but I'm going to reuse the originals because these new guys are really skinny. This is 9/16, and this is probably like an 1/8 inch smaller, or at least a 1/16 inch smaller. So yeah, 16th. So this is about a 1/2 inch. This is 9/16. This is also a coarse thread, which isn't as strong as a fine thread. The fine thread will also give you more clamping force because it's at a shallower angle. So, not going to use these. These seem to be junk. So we're going to do this. And since I know that I have a bunch of, since I know that I'm dropping an inch lower than before, and there's a whole bunch of these sticking out, I'm going to cut this at 1.5 inches. Just take 1.5 inches off of this guy with the bandsaw. Always good to have a push block. Alright, let's get them installed. And I did trim 1.5 inches off of this. I'm going with, these blocks are 1 inch smaller, but there was enough sticking out at the bottom that I felt confident I can just cut 1.5 inches off. Alright, so now let's see if I can get that in its home. Now the important thing with a fine thread like this is that you don't cross thread it. But it's pretty obvious when you've done it wrong. Oddly enough, that one's spinning off. Okay. Cool. Alright, I don't want to make them too tight, so that's actually still pretty loose. Now I can do the second one. Block all of the light. Alright, got that in its home. I think we're on. Okay, that's at least on there for now. Now I just gotta do the second one. Okay, now it's time to drop her down. Alright, much better than before. Okay, we're still low, but I can actually use it as a truck again. So I can actually put stuff in there and not worry about bottoming out. So I can transport my Volvo wheels. Alright, that's all for now. See you next time.